back to our channel. I'm Simone.
And I'm Oliver.
And we are Williams.
We are the Williams.
We are the Williams.
How is it going on today?
Well, thanks again for coming back here.
Yes.
What is the purpose of this video?
So our last video, we hinted at or told that we're going to tell our story of how we got together and things like that. So we plan on doing that. But before we do that, we just want to talk a little bit about why we're doing it, why we're going to tell our whole story and things like that. Well, Simone, why do you think people should know our story?
Well, I think a lot, well, speaking from a woman point of view, or even before I got here, right? We all have a certain idea of how relationships should be, or, you know, like in the movies, it should be like in the movies, and reality is, it's not, the movies are the movies and reality is reality. And it's mostly because I know some people might look at us, not everybody, some people might look at us and feel like, oh my God, you guys are so lucky, for lack of a better word, to have found each other. And then maybe they might say, oh, you're lucky you found him, or you're lucky you found her. Yes, we are indeed lucky to have found each other. But also we chose and we keep choosing to be with each other and to do the work. So that's kind of like one of the reasons I personally want to share it, because I'm very much pro families, right? And I want to encourage people who look like us, especially who might be afraid or maybe not even afraid, but who also kind of want the same thing, to kind of give us an actual naked truth about how we came to be as a story.
Yeah.
How we came to be, and like literally how we managed to still be here and just keep choosing each other. And then like you see me with a smile on my face, doesn't mean that I always have it, but literally everything about it. That's like kind of like why I want to share it, to just make sure that not to copy us or to be like, oh, they are gold, but to kind of just say, oh, okay, so this is how they got there. This is how working for them. Like, this is all the steps that they took to get here. So if I want this, what are the steps that I should do to kind of like, to have what I want, like, you know, to have that family that you want, you know?
Yeah. I think, like, personally, like, when we tell our story, I didn't want to tell no one anything.
Yeah.
That's my big thing, is I didn't want to tell anyone anything.
I mean, you're way private than me.
Yeah.
Everything that people know about us is because it's me. I'm like,
yep.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I know a lot of people, when they see us together, they see our, like, pretty much our outcome.
Yeah.
No one understands how we got there and things like that. And the thing is, like, I always say, like, our relationship before we got married, before we got engaged, could rival people that have been married for 10 years. Because the groundwork that we've been putting in, all the things that I put in place, you put in place, all the battles we had with each other and things like that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because we did a lot of work. I mean, because we both decide to do this, and we both say like we want this to be successful, right? Yeah. So what are we gonna do to be successful? We're looking at example around us, family, friends, movies, whatever you name it, reality TV show. Like, you know, we look at different people and see, and either kind of learn from their mistake, or if they're doing something great, oh, you know what? Why are they doing that? Why is that working for them? Could that possibly work for us?
Yeah, but it's like everyone looks at the end result.
Yes. You know, it's like a pretty picture.
Our end result right now, people look at it and say, oh my goodness.
Even just moving here to California, right? I got people saying, my God, you guys are so lucky, you decide to just move in 2 months, you decide to move. Yeah. But not knowing that, even though we moved to California, it wasn't necessarily the first place. We were supposed to move anyway. We just decided to move out of state. So it didn't just happen overnight, you know? But people just see the end.
Even making that choice.
Yeah.
That choice, us being able to move, that took us. It's like, you know how people say, but how people say, you know, you don't pay me for the service, you pay me all the education we did.
Exactly.
So us moving wasn't just, okay, we could do anything we want. It's all the years we've been together and how we learned how to work with each other. But
and how we're still learning to work with each other.
But a lot of things, like, it's the reason why I'm willing to tell it now is because it's not as, oh my goodness, they're together, things like that. It's work. Like,
and it's been work since day one.
Yeah, it's work. Like,
and
we had our ups and downs, but the thing is, we understood that there's ups, there's downs, and there's this I don't know, let's go equilibrium.
A balance. Yeah.
Make sure every time we go somewhere, we come right back. Well, at least that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of and again, when we tell our story, a lot of it's like what I had planned. Like I was planning down the line.
That's true.
And Simone was more in the moment. So again,
I can't wait to discuss that.
That bumps heads. But the thing is, like, a lot of people, they look for red flags. Like, honestly, like, we had red flags.
Yeah, we did. But somehow, like, I think for me, it's crazy how, like, oh my God, I don't want to give it up just yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like we tell we're going to understand why, because I didn't look for red flags, right? I didn't look for the red flag. I look for, oh, that? Okay, good. I'm going there. And because it's this here, I'm going to stick around and see how we can make everything else work, you know?
Yeah.
And we didn't, I mean, people make mistakes, people make errors and learn from it, but we didn't go here expecting a bad outcome. And I think sometimes people like go into something like, oh my God, what if I fail? What if you just go in there like, what if I succeed, right? I think it's probably cliche, but I think a lot of times that when it comes to relationship, we might always have something in the back of our head like, damn, this is going to happen. He's going to do that. I'm going to do that. Whatever the case is. Or
you're in a dire search for the red flag.
Yeah,
like,
you know.
Okay.
It's like
he did that, she did that. Now
I know.
I gotta go.
One little thing is kind of like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. I mean, which I think it probably comes from like maybe something that happened in the past, which is, I guess, to each his own, I guess. But I think for us, it's like we didn't look for red flags. Because if it was red flags, the two of us would not be here.
But the thing is, I think our personality, we have the same kind of personality, but it's expressed in different ways.
Yeah.
Like I had this is gonna work no matter what.
Yeah.
That was my mentality. Like this is gonna work no matter what, and I was willing to do anything in my power to make that happen.
Yeah.
And yours, like, I'm not sure what yours was.
Honestly, I was more like, I was more like, I think we're breaking up. I think we're breaking up. But even though I was like that, deep down, it wasn't really what I wanted. But as you get to know who I am, because a lot of people don't necessarily know me to my core, as you get to know me, you're going to understand, why I thought a certain way. But because of that, it's also the same reason why I decided I'm going to stick around and do the work.
Yeah.
And
it's nuts. Yeah, because we have our personalities are different. Like, not even different, like, we're almost polar opposites. But both of us had the intentions to find the middle. Yeah. That's what you're going to hear a lot of. Like, it's a whirlwind of stuff. But the thing is, like, we made it work. And that's the big thing. Yeah. And the thing is, like, we made it work.
I honestly, even though we're different, our personalities are going to complement each other.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's where that middle comes in.
Yeah, complement each other. There might be things that I like, you don't like, vice versa. But we always kind of find a way to find a middle ground. Honestly, I think with anything that you do in life, right? Anything that you want to do in life, people call it sacrifice, call it whatever you want, sacrifice, whatever the case.
I call it risk.
Okay, risk.
I call it risk.
Whatever you want to call it. But the thing is, like, it's a give and take, right? Whether you're building a successful business, you might sometimes be alienated by you might kind of step away from your friend because you're too focused. Okay, an example, I did bodybuilding. When I was competing in bodybuilding, thank God for me, I wasn't even I didn't have that many friends. I didn't go out to drink. But if I was, let's say I had a lot of friends, a social, what do you call it? Social circle person will go out and have fun. I would have to cut that, right? And then I gotta sleep, because when you're in bodybuilding, literally you are training and sleeping. Everything is about the aesthetics. Literally everything counts. So there's certain things that you cannot do. Like, you need to sleep 8-9 hours. 4 hours is not gonna cut it. Everything works together. So I had to make adjustments in my life because I wanted to perform well, right? So the same thing when it comes to marriage. It's like, if you want to perform well, there's certain things that you're gonna have to do. And people say it's compromise, right? And I think sometimes it's such a bad connotation in terms of compromise.
But everyone knows it. But when it comes to people, they forget it because
you compromise everywhere.
Yeah, compromise when you going to school.
Yeah.
Compromise when you want to go up in workplace.
Yeah.
Compromise if you want to be social. Compromise if you want to be smarter. If you want to increase your intelligence in something. Everything has compromises.
Even with any kind of relationship that's not romantic, like even with friends or family, you always have to compromise. Okay, Thanksgiving's going to be at my house this year. Boom. Christmas is going to be at my house, at the next person's house. Friendsgiving is going to be here. Like, we all compromise because we all love each other and we want
The greater good.
the greater good, right?
Greater good.
So it can't just be like one always get what they want versus
Yeah.
one person getting shut of the stick. No, it's all about compromising and say, you know what, okay, I got you. We have 7 days of the week. All right, on Monday we're gonna do this, Tuesday we're gonna do that, bet, you know? And then sometimes people think that compromising is making
Losing
you
yourself.
losing yourself. But
losing
sometimes
yourself. Yeah.
but then again, like who do you compromise to? That's the thing, right? Whenever you choose your person, whenever you choose your partner and you decide to compromise it because you trust them, they're not gonna make you compromise something stupid. You know what, we're gonna go start driving. No, I love speed. No, I know when you drive slowly, but when I drive really fast. So we're gonna go with my speed. No, it's not like that. I'm gonna go like 100, whatever the case is, whatever the fastest like speed you could go driving. Like, no, we're not talking about something like that, right? You don't let your person, if today's your turn to like take us to the river, you don't just blindly go. Even if you blindly go because you know this person is gonna lead you to the right direction, right? Yeah. I chose Oliver because I know that I could sleep at night and I'll be fine. He chose me because also he could sleep at night and he's not gonna have to worry about me waking up and I don't know, I burned the house down or whatever the case is. I don't know, I want my parents to stop hitting, whatever the case is, you know? So I think like compromise is not a bad thing as long as you compromise.
Compromise is the thing.
It's the thing, you know?
The thing.
But like I said, I don't want people to think that, you know, because
Nope.
people sometimes they think that if they compromise, it's kind of like, oh, whatever the case. But I'm like,
But
you
the-
compromise
But the
all
thing's
the
like there's-
time, but
yeah.
you just choose.
You're choosing. The thing is that you're choosing badly, and there's nothing to back up that choice.
Yeah.
Like again, it comes to choice. You have to understand the choice you make. Okay, is this the correct choice? Make sure all the checks are checked off.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now there's going to be turbulence. Again,
Yeah.
like building a business.
Yeah, yeah,
Is this the
yeah.
right? A lot of people doubt themselves in the first 2 years of business, and the next 8 years, that's when things take off.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, is this the right choice? Am I getting everything out of what's going on, and can things still move forward?
Yeah.
A lot of people want, like again, if it's a business, they want Amazon already.
Yeah.
But they don't want Amazon when it's just a desk in a random room.
Yeah, yeah.
And you build from there. So again, there's compromise, there's just trust.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
but
just-
and like, I feel
yeah.
like the main thing is like you cannot go into something like having the back of your mind like, listen, I only have 1 foot here because I know it's going to fail.
1 foot in, 1 foot
You
out.
know, and then when you make a choice, right? When you make a choice, they are going to be whatever. If you choose to do something, they're going to be whatever. My dad always say, whatever choice you do, there's always going to be consequences. Whether the consequences are good or bad, that's a different story. There are always going to be consequences, you know? Like, it's like, even when you live in New York City, right? We live in New York City, the rent is so high. You have a small little apartment, but maybe you're walking distance from work. You're like, listen, I'd rather go to my small little apartment, sleep for like my good 8 hours, wake up, walk to work. I don't want to take the train. You're gonna see somebody else who's gonna say, I'm not gonna live in the city. I'm gonna live like a little bit further where I gotta drive. I gotta be on the train for like an hour or two, but I have bigger space. It's a little bit cheaper. You choose whatever is gonna give you the best outcome for you, you know. But at the same time, like you don't want to go into something like, especially something like this. It's not like, oh my God, you're just working for somebody. Even if you get to or you go to a job, you apply for a job, and you don't necessarily like go in there thinking you're gonna get it. Or going there like, I'm gonna go every day, I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna get fired. And you start even sabotaging yourself without even knowing, and next thing you know, you either get fired or something else, you know? So my thing is kind of like, I think so far what I've learned from here is like, every day I try to put my best foot forward in this, and every day I choose to do the work. It's not easy. It's not just like anything that you want in life, right? So if a relationship is a family is what you want in life, they're all going to be, you're going to make a compromise. Like you're going to have to like make certain choices that don't always favor you 100%. But then again, if you choose the right person for you, the person that complements you, I don't understand how compromising is going to make you
a bad thing.
Yeah. Because if it's kind of like I have to compromise, like my life is in danger, like what am I doing here? You know, I shouldn't be here, you know? Like my compromise should be like, darn, I wanted to wake up at 6. Okay, I got to wake up at 7. Or whatever the case, it shouldn't be something that will literally affect my my health, you know, in general, you know?
But the things like, I think it's, again, like, because even on the journey for me, I always had to, like, always have a plan, this, that, and third. But at the same time, I always like things to work out.
Yeah.
and you were kind of flipped.
Yeah, yeah.
You were like, you were worried about this, that, and the third, but you still stayed the course.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is, even though I saw people gonna say red flags that were kind of red flag for me, I think I mostly stayed the course because you were so adamant, you were so like, this is going to work, right?
Yeah.
Whether you told me that personally or just your behavior, right? And I think it's more from like your actions.
Yeah.
From your action, I kind of knew like this guy was not going anywhere. And
Even
that kind
when
of
he
like,
messes up.
yes, exactly. It's
When I
like
mess up.
every time he messed up, it's kind of like, you know what? But he's not going anywhere. He's here. And a lot of times, like, even when I would bring something up, it wasn't never like, you tell me, Simone, I hear you. Just give me a little while. Just I hear you, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of like kept me there because I kind of knew that this, like, no matter what, like, no, this is gonna work. It has to work.
Yeah.
We're not.
This
is gonna work. This is it, you know. So we kind of wanted to kind of like talk about that first before we kind of dive into.
Yeah, so we just want to
because
lay that
we're gonna
out.
be as transparent as possible.
So pretty much the goal is from telling the story, not because we could just tell the story, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But I would like it to be more of a learning lesson to think that just because you think they're happy, that they've been happy all throughout the time, they're perfect and things like that.
Yeah.
And just to understand, like,
No
when people say,
perfection.
you know, this, because a lot of people always say, you know, relationship is compromises, but they don't really, it's probably like a one-off situation, they always a compromise. But the thing is, like, compromise, then you have to keep that compromise for a long time. Like, you have to keep that, you have to understand, like, okay, this is something I'm not going to do because my girlfriend, my wife, my fiance doesn't like it. But you can't switch it on and off.
Yeah.
If you say you're not going to do it anymore, you got to switch it off.
And then the compromise also, it has to be for the greater good.
Yeah.
Right? I cannot just sit here and selfishly want something that's not going to benefit the two of us in the grand scheme of thing, and just expect to kind of like, okay, Simone, I understand you want this, but really, in 2 weeks we're going to regret this. In 2 weeks we're going to be doing this. You know, like the compromise doesn't mean that, you know, one person have to be sitting down crying. You know, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, if you are making a decision for the two of us, it has to like be for our both interests.
Yeah.
Vice versa, right? Like, you know, it have to be for both our interests. And whether you're in front of me, whether you're away from me, it has to be like, okay, you know what? I'm making a decision with Simone in mind. Simone is making a decision with Oliver in mind. You know, it has to be like that. And it's a learning experience, right? Like you mess up and then we talk about it. I might be in my feelings, he might be in his feelings, like we're not wild up, and then when you sleep on it, you're okay, fine. Like even today we had a discussion about something, I was like, okay, all right, I kept listening, okay, I see your point. I can see what you're trying to say, like in the grants, I can see what it is. So
that's
honestly,
pretty much why I wanted to do this video, just to, because the video is going to be kind of long, because we're going to almost break it down into a few videos, but it's just I want to get the both of the points across, and both of what we were thinking at the time,
and hopefully somebody could see this. Well, that's gonna give you an idea of who we are, right? First, and also maybe somebody could grab a lesson or two from this.
I'm not repeating the story again. I'm not repeating this.
But I am excited to tell our story. I'm also gonna bring back down to memory lane. You know, all the cheer, the joy, or whatever the case is. Like, you know, everything that we did together. Yeah, and then also, I think the reason I also wanted to do this is because, like I said, I am always going to cheer for us before anybody else even cheer for us. I'm always going to cheer for us. I'm always going to like, I'm waking up every day like, this is going to work. We're going to make it work. So that's kind of like the kind of energy I want to put out there for anybody who might be watching. It's like, I want this. I'm pro family. I want family to be together. However that family looks to you, however that works for you, I am pro that, and I really want to keep working on it. And I want to like also, however big my smile is, I also want to show how we got here. You know. Okay, I think we should like.
Well, for me, I'm saying this story so when the kids watch it, I don't got, like, look, just watch this video, because I'm not explaining to you what happened. Because my parents are very vague in it. I still don't really know it, so I'm putting it out there so they could watch it. Like, look, this is how it's done. And any lessons that I know I could pull from this, I could teach it to them about people and things like that. So that's my reasoning.
Okay.
All right.
We got this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
So in the midst of doing
The pregnancy
updates, it's gonna be several videos.
Yeah.
We're gonna break it down from the beginning.
Yeah.
Up to
like
as close as it makes sense to come as
yeah.
possible to today. But just to give you an understanding that okay, this is how they did it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Our next baby appointment is in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks we have the following update. A little bit of update right now. I'm still feeling well. I am back to working out. Oliver put a video of me here working out. I'm back to working out. I'm also hiking. I'm swimming. Oliver, put videos. Okay.
What?
Of like me doing those little things. I am doing okay. Yeah, that's it, guys.
Yeah, that's all.
Please subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
Come back.
Like, comment, subscribe, and
ask us questions.
There's a little notification bell next to the subscribe button. Hit that so you know when we upload.
Okay. Merci.
All right. We'll be seeing ya.
All right. Bye.
All right. Peace.